Hey there, history detectives. Are you ready to go on an adventure? Today, we're on a mission to solve one of the biggest mysteries of all time. Where does the story of people, the story of us, even begin? So grab your gear, because we're about to jump back in time to find our very first clues.
You know, every great story has a beginning, a chapter 1. But when you're talking about the story of the whole world, where do you even start looking? Did it all kick off in one special place? Or were there lots of different stories starting all over the globe at the very same time? Well, let's put on our detective hats and start searching for the answer to this amazing puzzle.
All right, first things first. To solve this mystery, we need to find the very first piece of the puzzle. We need to figure out where the first modern humans, that's our great-great-great, well, you get it, our ancestors, actually lived. This is where our great human journey begins.
And clue number 1, we found it. Scientists and history detectives, after studying super old bones and tools, have figured it out. The story of our species, Homo sapiens, kicks off on the continent of Africa. So this is it. This is where our big adventure really starts.
But you know what? Our ancestors didn't just stay put. No way! They were some of the most amazing explorers ever. For thousands and thousands of years, as the world's weather changed, they started to journey out of Africa. They were looking for food, for new places to live, and that incredible spirit of adventure led them to every single continent on Earth.
That is a really, really good question. Just think about it. You step into a totally new place, with different weather, strange new plants, and animals you've never seen before. How would you survive? Well, they were super smart. They learned to make new kinds of tools, figured out what was good to eat, and built all new kinds of homes to stay safe and warm.
Okay, time for our detective notebook. Let's write this down. Big takeaway number 1, our whole human story started in one place, Africa. But it didn't take long for us to become a giant worldwide family of explorers. Pretty cool, right? It's like we all have a little bit of that adventurous spirit inside us.
So, for a really, really long time, our ancestors were always on the move. But then, an idea came along. A super idea that changed, well, everything. What was it? It was farming.
Before this big idea, people were hunter-gatherers. That meant they were always moving, following herds of animals and searching for wild plants to eat. But once they figured out farming, they could plant seeds and grow their own food right where they were. This was a total game changer. It meant they could finally settle down, build permanent homes, and create the world's very first villages.
So here's a question for you. Do you think just one super smart person invented farming and then told everyone else the secret? Or did something even more incredible happen? What do you think?
And the answer is, get this. People all over the world had the exact same brilliant idea all around the same time. How amazing is that? Over in the Middle East, they started growing wheat. In Asia, people figured out how to grow rice. And in the Americas, they were growing corn. It's like a genius idea just sparked to life in all these different places. And that's our second big takeaway for the notebook. The amazing idea of farming wasn't just a one-time thing. It happened all over the globe. It just proves how smart and clever people were everywhere in the world. Okay, so now that people had plenty of food from their farms, those little villages started to get bigger and bigger until they turned into the very first towns and even cities. Let's see how this next piece of our puzzle clicks into place.
Whoa, check this out. This is a place called Göbekli Tepe, and it's one of the oldest things ever built by people that we've found. Because people weren't moving around anymore, they could work together on huge projects like this one. They built incredible temples and strong walls. They built whole communities. It just goes to show you, teamwork has always been a human superpower.
And here is the really wild part. While people in a place called Mesopotamia were inventing writing, way over in the Indus Valley, they were building these huge, super organized cities. And at almost the exact same time, the ancient Egyptians were building the incredible Great Pyramids. It's so amazing to think that all of these big, history-changing things were happening all at once in different parts of the world.
And that leads us to our third and final big takeaway. That super idea of farming led to the first cities and to all these incredible civilizations popping up all over the globe. And each one had its own special art, its own cool ideas, and its own unique story. The world was becoming this beautiful patchwork of different stories.
Okay, so our map is now filled with all of these amazing civilizations, each with its own story to tell. But did they just stay in their own corner of the world? Nope, not for long anyway.
Now let's see how all these different puzzle pieces finally started to connect.
As these civilizations got bigger, they got more and more curious about who their neighbors were. So they started to build these huge trading paths, like the super famous Silk Road, that connected people all the way from Asia to Europe and Africa. You can think of it like the world's first internet, a giant network for moving people, cool stuff, and big ideas all around.
And it wasn't just about buying and selling things. Sure, they traded awesome stuff like silk and spices, but they also shared brand new inventions, really important new ideas, and incredible stories, music, and art. These roads connected the world and its cultures in a way that had never happened before.
And there you have it, history detectives. I think we can say this mystery is solved. We figured out that our human story has one starting point in Africa, that the amazing idea of farming was invented all over the place, and that this led to incredible cities and civilizations popping up across the globe. What an adventure!
But our investigation isn't totally over. The story definitely doesn't end here. Now that all these amazing cultures were connected to each other, what do you think happened next? You'll have to join us next time to find out. Thanks for being such awesome history detectives today. Subscribe for fun world history lessons for kids, families, and teachers.